Hello everyone, Stylin Steve back with you once again with another video review. Today we have a box, but not just any box. Inside this box is a game I've been sent to review. It is the game of Ham. They reached out and asked if I would do a video review, and I said absolutely, I'd love to. Game of Ham is the game that will take you to the next dimension of fun. There are many components to the game that create unique and fun ways to have a good time with friends and family. This is the ultimate party game that has endless possibilities and variants that will make you squeal with laughter. So we're going to check out the game of Ham and see what it's like. Now, it's probably going to be packaged upside down. I have it back on right now because I don't want my address getting out there, obviously. So I'm just going to take... I'll open this end. Shag it. Let's go with this side. The shipping label is on one of the sides of this, and my address is on the other, so I really didn't want that getting out onto the interwebs. So we'll open the game of Ham this way. Put my pocket knife away. Yeah, it's upside down. Are you ready to go ham? Game of Ham is a party card and board game that will have players squealing with laughter or turning away in shame. The adult version is meant for people who like their humor the way Scrooge likes his coffee, dark and bitter. It has a variety of game modes and optional rules players can choose to play with. This, paired with tons of expansion packs, makes for endless possibilities. You will even be able to create your own material on our website to make the game how you want it. This will be a game that caters to the most customizable experience. Learn more on the website. And there I am in the reflection. Hi. We have includes 810 cards, 4 board pieces, 16 player pieces, 4 placeholders, 1 rule book, and 1 quick start guide. 3 to 15 players, ages 18 plus, 30 minutes. The game of Ham. Okay, let's get this out of here and get this open. Ooh, and some extra stuff. Alright. And I will bump my new microphone. I'm actually set up to be a gaming studio right now because I've been streaming on Twitch. So there is the game of Ham. Let's see what else I have here. Check out our official website. I'm guessing the QR code where it goes there. You can leave a review on board games, you can leave a review on Google, or you can sign up for the email list with the QR codes. There they are. I will even go in so you can have an easier time. Check out the website. Sign up for the email list. You can just pause on the QR codes. Leave a review on Google. And leave a review on Board Game Geek. Oh, shoot, more. Game of Ham. Official website. QR codes to explore the world of ham. Follow them on Instagram. Again, you can pause anytime. Like the Facebook page. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. So there you go. Game of Ham. That is that. Nice little card there. Here is a poster. I just read that bit from the game. Why go ham? Variety of game modes plus optional rules. Incredibly easy to learn, high replayability, high player interaction, luck plus strategy balance, many paths to victory. Great room for expansions, create your own content. Cool. How to play. Oh, okay. Quick. This must be even the quick start guide. The judge reads a gray card. Every player besides the judge plays a pink card they feel is appropriate for the gray card, usually humor-based, and then draw back up to 10 pink cards. The judge picks a winner, and that winner moves, usually forward, either the number at the bottom of the gray card they won. We'll see that when it comes out. Player picks a colored card that corresponds to the colored availability spot they landed on. The player who won the previous round becomes the judge for the next round. The game will end when a player reaches the golden goal spot and lands on it exactly. Oh, so you have a board to go along with it. So this is similar to other fill-in-the-blank card games, I want to say, but not completely. So we've got the game of Ham. Wham, bam, let's go ham. Adult. Game of Ham. They just go ham all around, and I read the bottom of the box already. Okay. So let us get the plastic off of here. I can't even tear plastic these days. What I'm really looking forward to is when we're all eventually able to socialize a little more as things are relaxed getting a group of friends together and playing the game of Ham. It's a pretty hefty box, actually. Really hefty. Yeah, nice gloss finish on it. So, without further residue, let us get into the game of Ham. And we wait. I do like that it's there on the inside of the box. Okay, so I'll lay the lid aside for now. We have the Quick Start Guide for first-time players and lazy shits. Game of Ham. Be a terrible person and stuff. Are you ready to go ham? This would be the more expensive rule book. I'll keep the Quick Start Guide handy with that because I'm just probably going to go with the Quick Start Guide. We have some board cards, which I'm assuming will either be made clear as we go, or I'm guessing they'll have to be set out in an order. Like, if I can move the game back for a second, you can see this, the way this connects, or not. Let me move the camera up. Tilt. So you can probably lay this out on a table. The zeros connecting to the ones. And then you can get the 2 to a 3. There's a 0 and a 3. The boards change depending on what side you have them up on, so you can really customize what way you want to do the game. How would this one connect? Probably like that, with a dead end. Yeah. This is kind of cool. I'll find out more about these board game pieces as we go. Lay them over there, pull the game back. We have Ham. I guess these are the player tokens. Ooh. Ziploc bag didn't want to open there too easily. Still doesn't want to open all the way. There we go. Come on out, you ham. This is really good, thick, you know, board game piece quality cardboard that you'd expect. And there's one ham out already. And the little hamlet pieces. Little hamlet piece. You can see. So I'm guessing that's the player tokens that go on the board. Okay. We will get into that more as I go through the rules. For now, I'm going to lay the ham. I don't know what the giant hams are for yet. It's kind of a, well, I'm not going to name the show, but there's a cartoony reference feel to the look of these hams that I'm not going to say. Now, we get into the, even though it's the game of ham, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the box, which, as you can see, is a bunch of cards. Decks and decks and decks and decks. We have this would be the pink decks. There's the pink decks. Actually, I'm going to lay them, I'm guessing they're alphabetical. No? But that's the order I took them out in, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 decks of cards to go over there. And then we have the game of ham. We've got some green and orange cards, or orange, green, and yellow. Red cards. These are the gray cards that go along with the pink. And we've got more pink cards. So there's a ton of pink cards, red cards, and green and yellow cards, which we will get back to. But, so this reminds me of another game, and I'm not going to name the game. Let's have a look at the Quick Start Guide. Okay. Please note this guide will only cover the main way to play the game and not the many variants that make this game so unique. Please see the rulebook for the full ham experience. Also note this does not cover mandatory rules, so please check that out in the rulebook. Functionally, you can just play with the Quick Start Guide, but you're missing out. How to start. Each player is dealt 10 pink cards. The The first judge gets picked. It's either the smartest player in the room, the new person in the group, or the person with the closest birthday. The host decides. The board pieces can be placed whatever way the group decides. I was right. There's a start and a finish. Colored cards with white backs, that are these here. So that's the red ones, and that's the green and yellow ones. Colored cards get placed on top of their corresponding ham-shaped placeholder. Okay, that's the ham-shaped placeholder. That would be the giant ham. Would be the ham-shaped placeholder. Okay. Colored cards. Green with the red circle. Colored card goes on top of the green, red circle ham. With future expansions, only pick the colored cards placeholders that match the board spaces. How to play. The judge reads a gray card. Every player besides the judge picks a pink card they feel is appropriate for the gray card, usually it's humor-based, and then they draw back up to 10 pink cards. The judge picks a winner. That winner moves forward either number at the bottom of the gray card. So on the bottom of the gray card, there are two numbers, 4 or 9. So this card would move 4 or 9 if it won. Judge picks a winner. That player picks a colored card that corresponds to the colored ability spot they landed on, or moves forward the number of spaces stated on the numbered spot they landed on, but forfeits the colored card. So, if you go forward and you land on the 2, player picks a colored card, colored availability spot they landed on, or moves the number of spaces stated on there. So if they landed on the 2, they move forward another 2 spaces, but forfeit the colored card of whatever they land on as a result. So if you're 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, but you don't draw the card, if you land on a red, you draw the red. Okay, that makes sense. The player who won the previous round becomes the judge for the following round. The game will end when a player reaches the golden goal spot and lands on it exactly. Any surplus amount will make the player move past it or go back that amount. Please see different ways to win or end the game in the rulebook for other variants. So that's the quick start guide. That's pretty straightforward. Now, where is... There's a lot of yellow. Oh, there it is. So I'm guessing this would be the gold. Would be the winner. The golden spot. Because it is the only... There's orange, there's green, red, but that is the only gold spot. Yeah. It's on the side of that. There's no gold here. There's just orange, red, green, and stuff. So that is the winning one here. Is the path to goal is the gold there or the gold here, depending on how you want to set the table up. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So, let's get to horrible, shall we? Where do we start? Where do we want to start? Let's start with the colored cards before we get to these. Let us see what we have here. And I like that the box is designed to hold everything. And I think there's even room for an expansion in there. Cut some plastic. So I've got red and I've got orange, and there's red and orange hams that correspond. So, let's see. Bounce target piece to the last white bounce spot they passed. This card can be played at any time except if someone is moving. If the target player didn't pass over a bounce spot, that's not the one that they're bounced to. Bounce target. You can make an additional pink card play this trick. Nice. So they draw the ability cards based on where this is sitting. So this one would be on orange. Make an additional pink. Make an additional... Okay, orange is all about making additional moves because they're all the make additional... Yeah, or bounce targets. Okay, so that is orange, the orange ham. That's easy enough. I'll just lay that back there for now until I put it all in the box. The red ham piece. Bounce target to the place, white to the last white spot they passed. Bounce. Switch out up to 1 pink card, so you can change a card in your hand. Switch out up to 2 pink cards, so you can change out your hand. 3, 4, so this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the red ham cards are about switching out your pink cards for different cards. Okay. So that's how you get different cards in your hand if you think your hand sucks. So we have yellow ham and green ham. Will you have green ham and eggs? I will not eat them with the dregs. Alright. So, yellow. We're back to bounce target piece again. And once we get past the bounce, force target player to the last gray bounce spot they passed. Force target player to sit out a trick. And this is all about miss your turn. Force 2 target players to sit out a trick. Force 3 target players to sit out a trick. So that's all about miss your turn. The yellow cards are a couple of bounces like are on the other ones, but it's all about miss your turn for the yellow. That leaves us with green. Bounce to the last white, we know that. Bounce target to the last gray piece. Force the judge to pick another pink card to change the outcome. Force the judge to pick another pink card. It's not to pick another 2, but you could change the outcome of the hand of the round by forcing the judge to pick another pink card. That's pretty sweet. Forcing the judge's hand. I like that. All right. From here we move into the gray cards. This is the setup. So you start with the gray card out, and your pink cards correspond to make a humorous answer or ungodly answer. And no, I didn't cut myself. I'm good with that. So the gray cards are what come out from the dealer. Judge creates a prompt. Judge determines the number of cards in the response. Judge creates a prompt. Okay. Let's see. What's the first thing that graduates do after they graduate? Party! In an attempt to rally new recruits, ISIS now bribes members with blank for every... Okay, I can't say that word on YouTube. What can O.J. Simpson always masturbate to? The evening was ruined when it was discovered that the date was really in disguise. What will definitely kill you? Most of Australia. When police got to the crime scene, they found out that blank was the cause of death. When Eeyore starts feeling depressed, he can always rely on to cheer him up. Alcohol? I don't know. No, not really. Blank, that's how I want to die. Rumors of what goes on in prison aren't totally accurate. It's what they're actually... Blank is what they're actually trying to hide. What's the worst thing Stylin was guilty of? Jesus. Blank and blank are a recipe for blank. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, world domination. Step 4, profit. Now you can see at the bottom, this one goes either 2 or 6, depending on if they win. 2 or 6. I drink in memory of all the beer that came before. What's the kinkiest? China's newest national holiday celebrates blank. A new study finds that men are attracted to... If only my friend knew the true way to win the heart of your spouse is to blank. New evidence reveals that is the true origin of... If all else fails, I can always rely on blank as a backup alarm. During fall, kids like to go to see professionals, blank from blank, and make syrup from it. What did Jesus die for? Fondest memory I have of my father is the time that he pulled out of his hat. What caused the fall of the Roman Empire? Due to rising tensions in the Middle East, the UN used blank as a relief effort. What's Mother Teresa secretly dreaming about? Why did my last relationship fall apart? What could always spice up any relationship? What's the most traumatizing? Blank led to blank, which was then the most traumatizing. No. Bill Clinton's most recent sex scandal involved 1, 2, and 3. And that's a draw 2, pick 3. What made Oprah's day? When she got a car, and she got a car. No. What livened up career day? My father pulling blank out of a hat. What silenced a yappy dog? How does Chris Brown get the ladies? What does Charlie Sheen's method of foreplay include? Oh my god. In Adele's newest single, she laments about... Kids are finding... Whoops, I gotta get into focus. Come on, focus. Kids are finding the best way to come out of the closet. The night got weird when blank turned into... What is the source of U.S. pride? Source of Mexican pride. Rule 34 on blank. If it exists or can be imagined, there's internet porn of it. As punishment for his crimes, Prometheus was chained to a rock and forced to experience blank every day for all eternity. Most recent History Channel documentary showed how got famous for... It's the hip new fad. How do you improve the smell of a car? Since becoming president, yeah, okay, fine. What made the Titanic sink? What gets fat people in the mood? Hey, I feel targeted by that. The media blamed... No, I'm not reading that one out. What's the leading cause of death in Russia? What's the... Oh, Lord. What can you expect if you go to North Korea? Confinement to your hotel room? What stopped the old man's loneliness? Why was Miley Cyrus banned from the Dominican Republic? What caused Pee Wee Herman's arrest? After seeing blank in hell, Dante was never quite the same. Why won't mommy stop crying? Social workers have started using blank to help victims of sexual abuse open up. The case of the century involved blank, blank, and blank. It's the leading cause of death in Iraq. What is Afghanistan known for? Being the leading... No. What is a guilty pleasure for the people in India? Shh, don't panic. Just think about how do Colombian people solve their problems? By wearing neckties. What's brought peace to the Middle East? How do good people honor National Breast Cancer Awareness Month? What was the dream no one liked? What's part of the penguin's mating ritual? How did he lose the Latino vote? How do millennials propose? Using Zoom. What does 50 Cent do halfway through a date? What helps premature hair loss? Shaving your head. What increases life expectancy? What's a college grad's ace in the hole for job interviews? Ever since pot got legalized, demand for blank is at an all-time high. New generations demand that become culturally accepted in our society. What did the porn start with? How'd the lawyer win over the jury? Blank is a selling point of Grand Theft Auto. What makes men impotent? What causes extreme mental illness in children? What was Forrest Gump running from? What is now part of the Harvard graduation requirement? What helps speed up post-surgery recovery? Listening to your doctor. What do hipsters like? Everything before it was cool. What were hipsters doing before it was cool? Being cool before it was cool. What caused Britney Spears' psychotic break? Being a hipster. What is something that elephants never forget? Everything. What was the plot to, and you can write in your vote on this one, with suggestions. What was the plot for Harry Potter, Star Wars, Titanic, The Jungle Book, Lord of the Rings, The Judge Creates the... Oh my god. So there's some writing cards in here. Blank can always cheer up and write in, so blank. These are write-in ones. What is the most horrible thing write-in has done? Suggestions include Will Smith, Mariah Carey, Ted Bundy, someone in the room's parent. Wow. What do people in the future think when they think about blank? What is blank best known for? What was write-in doing on 9/11? What does blank's favorite hobby include? I spy with my little eye blank. Describe it could be even someone in the room, social media. Describe it in one card. Nothing will leave me more Molly, Jesus. Nothing will leave me more jolly than, and of course I got to that. So that's the gray cards. Those are what the pink cards have to go with. That's impressive. A couple of those, obviously, they're a little bit too Now, my personal opinion, my opinions may or may not have any mileage. I'm just doing a review of the cards, but there's a couple there that I would leave out, potentially. But that is just me and my judgment. But that's the beauty of the game. You get to customize the experience to however you want to play it, according to the rules. So, that's the gray cards, and that is the ham cards. Now we are on to the pink cards. And it said there are 812 of these, I think. And we are going to go through them. So, same as I just read off the gray cards, we're going to buckle in, and I'm going to readjust so I can have them in frame a little easier. And we're going to go through these cards and see what we got. Same as I've done for many other a card game. Now I'm going to read them out. If there's some words on the cards that I can't read out, I just won't. You can read it for yourself. Thank you, YouTube algorithm. But we're all mostly adults here, so we'll see what we come up with. Divide that in two so it's easier for me to handle. Well, that started well. And it continued. Mr. Potato Head eating chips. Cannibalism, yay! An Amber Alert. Porn parodies of Hollywood movies. Ghetto booty. A feminist stay-at-home mom. I can't pronounce that disease. Peyronie's disease? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Roast me in the comments. A burning urethra, speaking of roasting. Someone on purpose. Refusing to vaccinate kids. A gang of body snatching. A dad joke. Wow. Wow. Thumbscrew foreplay. Okay. Okay. I know what that is. Getting a stroke from too much porn. A bin full of crack babies. Okay. Discovering a liking for sodomy. That didn't... No, not even... Eee. A monster condom for a magnum dong. A baby bin. Amputating the wrong leg. A great grinder date. A sneaky snitch. A Trump toupee. A fart assassin. Racist Jesus. An abundance of lactating man nipples. A whole lot of inhuman noises. Sweating and groaning. Dysentery. You have died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail. Spoiled bitch. Intentionally downloading illegal images to a friend's computer. Picking up chicks at a funeral. A bowl of cereal and whiskey. Snap, crackle, and burp. What a way to start the day. Shoving a suppository. Wahoo! Well, he does that anyway after every press conference. A shot glass full of cum. An army of mall ninjas. Skinny bitches. A twink orgy. A nubile virgin at a twink orgy. Praying against someone. A strong, independent woman. A touchy mall Santa. Beating a koala bear. Interesting, I said. Getting kicked right in the clitoris. Someone with a stoma talking dirty. Tickling strangers. A Jackson Pollock painting made of... Jesus. Feeling excitement. Okay. An unstoppable vegan with superpowers. Force feeding a vegan sausage sensually. Taking a vegan to a butcher. Popping juicy pimples. Wearing grandma's dentures. Exploding in your pants. Super gonorrhea. A torpedo-shaped butt plug. Technically, aren't they all kind of torpedo-shaped? A badass mother wizard. Bear mace directly to the face. Fat shaming. Morbidly obese children. A tragic accident. Light-skinned privilege. Tongue sucking. A candy shop. Punishing the toilet. A beached whale. Overcompensating. A bar full of gay cowboys. Fat people on camels. A guy with a mean look and a shotgun. Telling strangers in the bathroom to stop masturbating. I mean, well, you know. Selling children at a discounted price. A cannibalistic orgy. Wow. A discounted prostitute. A happy woman greasing a pig. Watching porn with the homies. Oh, wow. Okay, sure. Pumping out babies. A cluster of STD sores. A Napoleon complex. A pile of severed children's arms. A successful Houdini. Whiskey dick is an unfortunate, tragic, and real affliction that affects many, many, many men, and there is no cure other than avoiding whiskey, but whiskey's so damn good. Coprophilia, I don't want to look that up. Nasolingus, I don't want to look that up. Pubophilia, I don't want to look that up. Urophilia, emetophilia, a life of regret will be led to if you Google those terms. Emotionally dead old people, and a feeder fetish. That is the first pile of pink cards from Game of Ham. Wow, we're off to a roaring start here. This go. I mean, I can't say much because I reviewed the other card game, and there are just cards in that are just as polarizing. And I have read them the same way. Again, my opinions are my own here. They are not the opinions of anybody else or the makers of the game or any affiliate of any video review channel. They're just my opinions alone, my review of the game. I do like a lot of what's in here. I like the gameplay. I do like a lot of the pink cards. It's just going to prove how horrible you are. But remember, when you're playing, it's a card game. Above all, if nothing else, it's just a card game. You are not this person. Really, you don't go around yelling this stuff out in real life. I hope not. It's just meant for fun, for a joke. Have a few drinks, talk to a few friends, and then go home. Have a sense of humor. Lifting children out of poverty. A mean titty twister. Previously used condom. Equal opportunity hatred. Free flow menstruation. Milk and titties. Belittling a midget. Using body parts to reach the alphabet. To teach the alphabet. Oh God. A sad penis. Shoving things up people's butts. A fat and lazy American. A death erection. A xenophobic immigration agent. Targeting people, putting them down, and committing hate crimes. Swapping someone's vitamins with tapeworm eggs. Eee. Masturbating into your reflection in the mirror. A series of unwanted orgasms. A mom who's into bukkake. Children of color. Testing diseases on humans. Getting impregnated by a squid. Outwitting small children. Secretly spreading genital herpes. A decomposing corpse in a closet. A cheap shot at someone's sore spot. All-you-can-eat prostitute special. Wow. A lunchbox filled with cocaine-laced joints. A girl in a mini dress shitting herself. Barfing into... Okay, yeah. Untreated necrosis. Giving people rabies and keeping them chained until they go insane. A ratchet face. Dying during climax. A mail-order bride catalog. A mail-order husband refund. A sub full of semen. Shouting yo-lay-hoo into a vagina. Romanticizing the Turner Diaries. Turner Diaries is a 1978 novel that depicts violent revolution in the U.S. where many minorities get exterminated. It's been described as explicitly racist. It's a wonder why some... Wow. Okay, cool. Romanticizing... Yeesh. Arguing the dichotomy of being racist and just saying racist things. Sharting in public. It's actually giving the definition of sharting down bottom. I should look at the other cards. Thin privilege. Fat privilege. I didn't notice there's stuff down at the bottom. There is information. Greek privilege. The League of Extraordinary Bimbos. A parrot with special needs. Playing with someone's butthole. It started as a prostate exam. Things escalated quickly. A healthy dose of anorexia. Abducting people and forcing them to fight to death in gladiatorial combat. Letting sociopaths be sociopaths. The Joker dressed in drag. A used mawashi. Mawashi are the loincloths sumo wrestlers use during a fight. This one could use a used mawashi. Fat fold fungus. Getting an STD from a toilet seat. The needy lower class. I didn't notice before that they were including the definition of stuff on the bottom. That's kind of cool too. I'm going to have to read a few of them after. Into the next part of this pink pile. Pretending to have a disability to get attention. Statistically proving someone's stupid. Getting scientists to sign a paper saying someone is stupid. Science seems to back it. They're dumb. Candy filled with razor blades. A little bit of auto-cannibalism. A point in a neck. A Dullahan. It's a fairy in Irish folklore that rides a black horse and carries around its head and a human spine. It kills people by calling their name. Gates open at their approach. It dislikes being watched and sees on the darkest nights. Only gold deters it. So that was educational, as well as, wow, ritual abuse, faking dead to get out of a birthday party, collecting human hair, hoarding poop. One person's shit is another person's treasure. A half-assed hand job. There's a rule for no texting and driving. The same rule applies here. A poorly translated instruction manual. Yelling at penises to do their job. A scooter blob. A mean resting bitch face. Finding out your entire life was a lie. A serial pooper. A mad pooper. Purposely triggering meltdowns. Shouting fire in a crowded movie theater. In 1919, this happened, and a court ruling concluded that USA's First Amendment on free speech didn't include that which incited crime. You know you screwed up when you set new standard for constitutional amendment. And that's actually true. Flag burning. A white supremacist. A belligerent drunk. Being diagnosed. Squeezing some swollen man boobs. A cluster of butt pimples. A gentle Somalian pirate. Inappropriately calling things hate crimes. Doing it like rabbits. Each rabbit can theoretically have over 1,000 babies in their lifetime. That's some real stamina. Guantanamo Bay detention camp. A missionary. A deformed micropenis. A teacher who has lost all ambition into someone's shampoo bottle. A zombie beaver. A cold bitch. A butterface. A used man panty. Hiding in the dark in a black suit and scaring the shit out of people. Lighting a person on fire and telling them they're fired. Sticking your junk in a toaster. People love some roasted nuts. Whispering sweet nothings. Some tasteful dick pics. There's nothing tasteful about dick pics. A passive-aggressive coworker. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're almost halfway through the pile. Let us continue our adventure. There's a lot in here that is making me laugh. I'm loving the educational facts that are on there. That's something I was not expecting to see. So kudos to the game designer. Thanks again for sending the game out. It is a pleasure to have a look and review this. There will be a game night of this as soon as we can do one. Giving someone hallucinogenic drugs, binding them and covering them in cockroaches. A human centipede. Do not Google that if you don't know. Blackmailing politicians. A fate worse than death. Some crack ass included pink eye. Sorry, ass crack induced pink eye. Whoops, sorry. Sharing dirty needles with strangers. A website for serial killers. Failing hard at a romantic gesture. Munching on some guano. Yee. A black woman running with fried chicken. No. A little bit of sexual harassment. Molesting some extra sensitive man nipples. A grammar Nazi who intervenes in the middle of things. Calling people out on pronouncing words poorly. How else will they speak good? Human trafficking on a budget. Faking a demonic possession. Charlie the Unicorn. Tasteful hoodwinking. Some ignorant is an ignorant way to say ignorant. Is a slang for white people. Okay. Some ignorant crackers. Choking people with a piano wire. Testing negative on a personality test. A cockroach giving birth. Feeding pigs bacon. Being as innocent as O.J. Simpson. The O.J. jokes never get old. Getting an aneurysm while farting. Selling drugs for bitcoins. Are bitcoins still a thing? A toothless vampire. Riding the obesity train. Politely saying, fuck you. You said it nicely. A pale motherfucker. They could use some more of that vitamin D. A Sisyphean standard of living. Ragnarok. Impossible beauty standards. Banging someone at a lazaretto. A lazaretto is an isolation hospital where people with infectious diseases are kept. You're on your own with the sickness and yoik. Gaslighting someone. A shit job. Perfecting the art of loneliness. I think we've all done that this past 2 months. A disgruntled zombie. How do you know if a zombie's gruntled? Reincarnating as a slug. Making out with a blobfish. Karma coming around and fisting someone in the ass. The sounds of a college dorm room. Karma coming around and killing someone with an atomic wedgie. Bad publicity. A bad person doing bad things. Frogs that croak, buzzy. A functionally dysfunctional relationship. Having the yeah, I got STDs look. A proclivity for screaming at the elderly. Sorry, productivity. A proclivity. Proclivity means to have an inclination to do something regularly. You know, when you do something long enough, you don't know what else there is to do. A night that starts with the words, let's take some tequila shots. Narrator. It probably wasn't a good idea. That's how the movie The Hangover started, wasn't it? Alright, we are halfway through the deck. So let us continue through the pile of the pink cards. I think we're halfway. Seemed like it at the time. Game of Ham. This is interesting so far. I like the way this can play out with the gray cards. So much plastic here. Split that deck up to be more manageable again. Where's the halfway point? There we go. An angry mob of villagers. Late-stage Alzheimer's disease. Scurvy teeth. A new use for an old glow stick. Taking a shit and stinking up the entire floor for hours. Racially motivated hate crimes. Bill Murray in adult diapers. Deep throating it. Using a wedgie as foreplay before deep throating it. Sucking saliva from Wow. Interesting way to... Getting fat, so they have to measure you on the Richter scale. Severe... Yep. Another depressing news story. That's all there is in the news cycle anymore. A one-sided relationship. A basic bitch. Teasing colorblind people. Making fun of minorities. Taking pride in getting a boner from riding a bull. A menstrual she-hulk. A gambling addiction. A dirty mind. If you're playing this game, oh boy, do you have a dirty mind. Jodie Foster on developing a taste for... Getting the Chinese hooked on opium. A morphine addiction. Sherlock Holmes. A repressed memory because of a morphine addiction. Monica Lewinsky's presidential treatment. Hospice care. Purposely causing blue balls. Being fed up with this world. Josef Fritzl's love dungeon. Oh God. Mr. Fritzl was the man who locked his daughter in a secret hidden apartment for several years. Yeah. Chilling with the devil. Pet-a-bear. Dark humor. We've passed some of that already. Helen Keller crying in a corner. Letting Michael Vick dog sit. Nobody should do that. Growing up near the Chernobyl plant. The winner of the three-legged race was the man from Chernobyl. Investing in Bertie Madoff. Getting a prostate exam. Getting a colonoscopy. And finishing with a happy ending. A night of hardcore S&M. Getting laid at a nursing home. Abducting children in a Walmart parking lot. A sensual massage. Terminal cancer. An anorexic piece of shit. Crippling social anxiety. She said hi. Hides. That is crippling social anxiety. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Yeah, there it is. We continue. Lay that to the side. The pile is dwindling. I'm working my way through these. Slowly but surely. A human garbage disposal. Known people like that. Travis the chimpanzee. Him. Lou Gehrig's disease. Straight voltage jumper cable straight to the nipples. Taking a massive shit. A family of Caucasians. Calling your mom a bitch. Grabbing a piece of ass. Some uneven boob play. Implicit racism. A trip to Harlem. A stupid whore. Doing it so hard that you give yourself swollen genitals. Ouch. Necrophilia. Dick cheese. Telling a woman to get in the kitchen. A den of crackheads. A hooker with a rash. Paying to talk to a hooker. She's the only one who will listen. Shooting your load on command. Justifying racist feelings. You can't. Picking at an ass mole. An unsuccessful suicide. Kicking dogs in public. A horde of nappy-headed hoes. Surviving an abortion. A fat fuck. Cheating on a mistress. Spitting on a homeless person. Jesus, why? A mercy killing. Pressing into a baby's soft spot? That's evil. It's there. I mean, you know. Cock blocking. Cock blocking is when you prevent someone from scoring sexually. Usually a man. Gonna get lucky? Nope. Dr. Love and his magic stick. Shitting on someone's chest. It's a German film. Peeing in a car. A pervy sexual fantasy. Yeah, that. Coffee shits. Handing out fake money to homeless people. Racist cartoon characters have existed since time began. A proven conspiracy. I know a guy who knows a guy. No names. Participating in the Tuskegee syphilis study. Asbestos. Eating foreskin. A racist uncle. Huevadosis. roughly translated as penis at 12, is a rare genetic condition found at the rural village of the doctor. 1 in 90 people there have it. At birth, they are born female, and at the age of 12, they grow a penis. Wow. Faking sick to get out of grandma's funeral. Molesting grandpa. Molesting the comatose. Some of this is really taking turns. And I will be leaving links down below for the website itself, for the social media. I believe you can find the rule book online as well. There's a forum, and you can register on their website, gameofham.com. You can even download the game for free to play. And if you like it, you can go ahead and buy a copy. Dealing with an insurance company. Bear wrestling is easier than dealing with an insurance company. Same-sex marriage. Going hardcore. 2 girls, 1 cup, 1 dream. A horse head mask. Getting bitch slapped getting bitch slapped to the next dimension. Yee. Collection of super shiny objects. Trustworthy white van. A pagan sacrificial altar. Incest. Edward Cullen watching you while you sleep. A juicy piece of pork. Genital ouch. A gypsy curse. A blind orphan. Stealing a diabetic's insulin. Why would you do this? A sale of unfair trade slaves. Domestic abuse. A strong black man. A smart Asian. The Colombian drug cartel. Blackface. Vaseline. Beating a dead horse. 24-hour KKK hotline. A winning pickup line. Being a fat ass. Your father. Your mother. The slow spread of alternative facts. A crunchy taco. A flexible don't ask, don't tell policy. A tribe of age-causing monkeys. Being slow and steady. Dracula. Sleeping with the groom. Sleeping with the bride. Like a nice pair of shoes, you can just think of it as breaking me. Oh, wow. A high-functioning alcoholic. That's how we're all coming out of this pandemic. A crazy cat lady. A glory hole love story. Learning Victoria's Secret. A glory hole love story. No. Dying on the toilet. Getting a date at the Donner Party. Donner Party. Drinking the water in Mexico. Accurate stereotyping. That's 2 even piles there, basically. Still got some to go. A broken blow-up doll. A visit to the end-of-life clinic. A gentleman's duel. Classy racism. Overdosing on Viagra. Hard times, man. Taking out children before they can rise up against you. Being MC Hammer broke. I mean, there's broke and then there's hammer broke. The Neverland Ranch. Getting triggered by most of this game. Swag syndrome. A vicious custody battle. Hating people. A life sentence. A mafia-style execution. Bestiality. A suicide pact. Dismemberment. An angsty teenager. An existential crisis. Camel toe. A gathering of snobby social elites. Failing at life. A MILF. Awake. Smoking a doobie. Sexaholics Anonymous. Decapitation. A failed drive-by shooting. A gay pirate. Arr. Homeless turf wars. Lonely man on the internet. A one-way trip to hell. A Trekkie club. A nuclear power plant explosion. An aging nudist. With a sagging proposition. A large collection. Nope. Human trafficking. The H-bomb. Bad genetics. Waddling fat people. Being so fat and gross even your mom avoids you. Being raised the opposite against your will. The Portuguese man of war stinging your genitals. Ouch. Winning a Darwin Award. The award is given to people who have killed or sterilized themselves in idiotic manners. It commemorates those who made the ultimate sacrifice to remove their genes from the gene pool for the longevity of the human species. I enjoy reading the Darwin Awards every year and seeing who has given themselves one. Getting choked by a boa constrictor would nominate you for a Darwin Award. Phallic food, a half-eaten fetus, Dr. Henry H. Holmes. Serial killer built a hotel that was a maze. They could only ever tie 9 deaths to him, but they estimated it was somewhere in the 30s, I think. Wesley Willis, a school and a domestic crisis. Now, you realize some of these I'm not reading out for personal choice. Some of these I'm also not reading out because YouTube will just kill the video if I do, and I don't want that to happen. Home stretch. But your mileage may vary at parties you have. You can be as humorous, you can be as adult, you can be as bad-humored, you can be as crude-humored as you want to in the privacy of your own home and your own parties. And certainly feel free to, because you know it's just a game. But there is some stuff I just can't read out because of YouTube. Prayer creates a response. Player creates a response. Prayer. Player creates a response. Okay, so that's the player creates a response cards. Butt chugging. Queefing and peeing a little bit. Anthony Hopkins licking the back of your neck. Why? Why? Reevaluating your life choices. Midget tossing. Laughing at the profoundly... No. Assaulting an old man with his own cane. Justin Bieber. Kim Kardashian's IQ test results. No. Slender Man. Sucking on an earlobe. Living on the iron-rich diet of children's blood. Taylor Swift's Love Life. The Aryan Race. Watching in the Closet. Revenge Sex. Patricide. Peeing in the Lemonade. Jack the Ripper. The Son of Sam. Elvis Presley, who was not the son of Sam. Naked old people greasing each other up. A herd of bronies. Becoming a Kardashian. Forgetting your kid's birthday. An abundance of daddy issues. Hiding the evidence. Putting LSD on a sugar cube. Oh, Jesus. O.J. Simpson's bloody glove. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Grandma wearing a strap-on. How in the name of God could... Okay, sure. I'm not going to yuck someone else's yum like that. Losing a hamster up your butt. What do you think the cat's for? Name it. Waking up with a stranger's finger in your butt. A little girl wearing pigtails. Mexico. Extreme constipation. Elmo on crack. Establishing dominance. Realizing you were adopted. Shouting the wrong person's name out while making love. That's why I always doubt this. You always date the same person. Same named person, I should say. A didgeridoo. A sad coffee. Being the submissive. Overpowering your father. Wow. A chubby Asian kid. Doing it in the butt. Your mom getting married to your ex-boyfriend. So instead of hey asshole, you have to call him stepdad. But you can still call him hey asshole. Home stretch. Here we go. Last bunch. Peacocking is the act of metaphorically flaunting our feathers in order to attract a mate. Typically, this is done by dressing flashy or showing off. Ever see a guy with his little shirt in the gym? Yep, he's peacocking. Getting tickled until a little poop comes out. Death by bread. Loving your spouse unconditionally. Tickling them, tricking, oh God, tricking, yeah, okay. Tricking in, okay. What? Okay, I know what it is, but yeah. Getting a sucker punch to the nads. Getting so angry you choke a bitch. Trying to punch someone and falling on the floor. To comedic hilarity ensuing. Ebola. A pushy Jehovah's Witness. Priestly duties. A suicidal goldfish. Getting deported to Mexico. Stockholm Syndrome. We're all going to come out of it with some of that. Learning to love your captors. Well, you know. Debilitating depression. A hairy ball sack. Should be avoided. White privilege. A blitzkrieg. Rigging the election. A depressed clown. I said, but Doc, I am the great clown Pagliacci. Everybody laugh. Funny joke. A spoonful of Metamucil. Straight camp. A nutritious meal. A crazy ex. Seeing pink elephants. I've seen the pink elephants a few times. A morbidly obese middle-aged man in spandex. Brock Turner. A drunk dog. All the fat taken in liposuction. Little monkeys wearing hats and juggling balls. Stealing from the homeless. Grabbing some love handles. Running from your problems. A golden shower. Moaning until little gas comes out. Shouting yabba dabba doo on the toilet. Some pure unrefined blue-grade methamphetamine. A sex doll. With peanut butter. Dropping a bar of soap. A polygamist cult. Well, that was bigamy. A yeast infection. A used tampon. A taste of the crazy eyes. And finally, being fat and lazy. That is all of the pink cards in Game of Ham to go with the gray cards. And wow, there's a lot in here. Comparing it to... if I want to compare it to Cards Against, and I'll call it that, there's a lot of similarities, and I didn't think you could come up with, at this point, with the number of expansion packs that are out, I didn't think you could find a way to come up with new material. But there's a lot of new jokes in there that would not be in the other card games, and that's impressive. And everything fits all nice and neat back into the box. This is going to be an amazing experience when I get the chance to play it. I'm trying to get a group of friends together as the bubble expands and as we're allowed to do more things. Let me have a quick look at the rule book here. Different kinds of cards. What does it play? The gray bounce spots. The gold spot is the setup. How to set up the boards. How to play. There was one. Oh, mandatory rules. Gift giver with board. Colored cards can get traded to move forward. Giving a chosen colored card to a chosen target player moves you one space. Giving a chosen card to a random player can be done by shuffling together and picking one randomly from a bag. However, you can make it random. You can't give colored cards away and move forward to avoid someone bouncing you. Players who receive colored cards can't use them for the gift giver mechanic for the next 3 turns after receiving them. The gray card is asking more than one pink card, and the bottom pink card facing down is read first and the top one gets read last. Example is this. So you go bottom to top instead of top to bottom. Ham Lord. Every gray card you win has either the letter H or A or M on it. You can spell ham. You can negate the effect of colored cards, partially, completely, or prevent someone from using a gift giver mechanic. One-way ticket. I'm just summarizing. You can move any direction you want, but you can't double back. Stack pile. There's a lot of mandatory rules in here. If there's ever an occasion where there is a confusion on whose colored card takes priority, it gets settled with a stack. The first person to play a card goes on the bottom of the stack, second is on top of it, third on top of that. When it resolves, it goes from the top of the stack down. Not bad. Adding up. Now the sum of 2 numbers at the bottom of the gray cards is an additional movement option. Piece Bully. Whenever one player lands on another player's piece due to gray card movement, they bounce that player back to the last white bounce spot. Royal Decree. Any ruling mechanic or card that is otherwise ambiguous gets settled by the host. They determine the ruling whenever there is a dispute. Haha. So that works good. The game ending conditions are listed in here too. Optional game variant subgroups. You can play as team. Optional rules, mechanics. Anarchist, for pity's sake. Hate avatar. Game roulette. Kiss the toad. Winner of the round must kiss the loser of the round. Cool. Double trouble. Ham advantage. Can I get a replay? Around the world. There's supposed to be drinking rules in here too. Pink cards, gray cards, and plays. Play competitions. Additional rules for people 21 and older. Every time you lose a round, take a hit. 420 hero. Every time a judge loves your pink card, take a hit or eat an edible. Whenever you win a gray card, take a hit or eat an edible. Whenever someone plays a colored card that affects you, take a hit. Wow. That's a lot for the 420. Oh, that's game mechanics for potheads. Game mechanics for drinkers. Drunk demons. Before the game starts, do a double shot of hard liquor or chug a beer. Only do this if you aren't already trashed. In team or multi-team modes, whenever your team loses a round, someone on your team needs to give a swig of soft alcohol. That player can't take the bullet more than 3 times in a row. Calling it remorseful bouncer. So there's all the, you can pause on these. I'm not going to read them all out, obviously. But these are the drinking rules, which is kind of cool. There's the rest of the drinking rules. So you can have a look, pause. That is Game of Ham. Be a terrible person and learn stuff. Actually, yeah, because it's written on the bottom of the pink cards. Everything, all the definitions and things at the bottom of the pink cards. So that is actually really awesome to see. As I reach through a mound of plastic, and okay, these were just in the box. Well, I can put that in there. This one won't fit, so that's all right. And we close up the Game of Ham. Try and center that back up. Wham bam, let's go ham. Please go online to gameofham.com for short video on how to play, or you can enjoy this video review, of course, which just went through all of the cards. I want to thank Game of Ham for sending this to me. This is awesome. I do like this, and I'm going to be doing a video, hopefully, of gameplay as the world discovers its new normal. Check the links down below, actually. I'm going to link to Game of Ham, going to link to their social media, so you can check everything out for yourself. Different ways of play. All that is there. Thanks to them again. This is an awesome game. Like I said, there's a couple of cards I couldn't read out because of YouTube, because of the way they do things. But they are there. They can be used. At the end of the day, it's a card game. Have fun. And look at the bottom of the pink cards. Read the bottom of the pink cards. Learn a lot. So yeah, thank you. Check the links below. Remember to have fun as you play. If you're going to play with the drinking rules or the 420 rules, do so responsibly. Please be over 21 or whatever legal age is in your country. Do not put yourself in danger because of that. I'm not endorsing that at all. I'm just saying the optional rules are there. But this was Game of Ham. It is looks to be an incredibly funny game. I'm having a good laugh reading through some of those cards. The pink cards, 810 pink cards. What can I say? And I love the educational stuff at the bottom of all of them. So, yeah, as I ramble on. You can check out other games in my gaming playlists as you look through here. Don't forget, if you do like the content, you can check out the other playlists. You can subscribe as well, like the video. It does help out a lot. I'm Stylin Steve, and I'll see you in the next review.